So let's start our discussion. In the previous class, we already discussed the circuit diagram and waveform for the single phase full wave bridge diode rectifier. Okay. Where the already mentioned that the supply voltage is already 230 volt RMS value and load parameters, that means resistance and inductance value is already mentioned. The resistance is your 10 ohm and assume that the inductance value is very large so that the load current becomes the constant. Okay, so just try to that circuit simulate in MATLAB. Okay, so for that we just go to the MATLAB, open the MATLAB and try to simulate how we can parameter take from this Simulink library and just uh, make a model. Okay, and then just try to see the waveform of the respective, that means either output voltage waveform or input voltage waveform or output current. Okay, so just go for the waveform analysis in MATLAB. Okay, so just open the MATLAB. Just wait for a few minutes. We open the MATLAB and we will continue our discussion. Okay, so close this one. This is your MATLAB interface, and first of all, we try to open new workspace. Okay, from this point. So just click here and Simulink model. Simulink model. Just wait a few minutes for generate here workspace where we simulate our circuit. It takes some time. Just wait a few minutes for opening the new workspace. Okay, so this new workspace are already open here. So there's this new workspace. Now just open the Simulink library. Okay, or you maybe just save this file and save as. I want to just save this model here in this folder. So simulation lab. Here, and I just want to give the name model 6. Okay. We already 5 model here saved. So next save as the model 6. Okay. So and save. Okay. So you see here the untitled workspace is saved as the name of model 6. Okay. In the folder of simulation lab. Okay. Now this workspace we just try to simulate the circuit for the single phase full wave bridge diode rectifier. Okay. So first of all, just we try to open the Simulink library. Okay. So here is the Simulink library. Here we can take some block tag to the workspace. Okay. 6. Yeah. So this is our workspace, and this is Simulink library. Okay. So from here, we just choose what is our requirement for simulate the circuit. So first of all, go to the SimScape. Here is the SimScape. So go to this one, and again go to the Sim Power System. Sim Power System. In Sim Power System, you may find here various type of component, that means electrical source. So first we take the electrical source of AC voltage. So from the Simulink library, AC voltage is tagged to the workspace. Okay. Just wait few minutes. Yeah. So AC voltage source now available here. And next, what is our requirement? For diodes. Okay. So just to go to this against the power system, and we will find out power electronics switches. That means all different type of switches available here. So according to our requirement, we just choose one switches, that means diode. Okay. So just drag to the workspace. And next, what is our requirement? Load. Okay. So just go to the element and take this series RLC branch, drag to the workspace. Next, what we require? A scope. Okay. So for a scope, just go to the here source and sink. Okay, source, sink. Now you maybe choose scope from here to workspace. Okay, and next, what you have requirement is your measurement of the voltage waveform and current. Okay, so for the measurement, again go to the CMSCAP in so measurement. So here available voltage measurement, drag to the workspace, and for the current measurement, drag one emitter here for measurement of current. Okay. Now just simulate this circuit. And one more block here required, that is power guide. Okay. So just choose the power guide. If you type here and just search, this is your search space. So if you don't know any particular block where is available, so you just directly type and search. So power guide is available here. Yeah. Now just to simulate the circuit. So our requirement of diode is 4 for design the single phase full wave bridge rectifier. Okay. So either you maybe select 3 more diode from the Simulink library, or maybe generate from here. Okay. So do not require to again go to the Simulink library. Just try to generate from here. Okay. So just double click on this diode. Okay. And this all the parameters, just to the forward block voltage is 0, and deactivate all these measurement ports. So apply and OK. So now just generate 3 more diode from here. One, other one, 2, and 4. Okay. So 4 diode can be generated from this one diode, or either maybe drag from the Simulink library, whatever you maybe want. Okay. Now just simulate the circuit. Okay. So just this source, and in the proper manner, you just connect the diode and load. Okay. So if you click on the RLC trans, so you can be with control and R can be rotate this one. Okay. So now what is our load? Load is RL. So just click on the RLC and you choose here from the requirement. So RL load. Okay. So just select for the RL. And what we choose the resistance value is 10. Okay. And by default value is your 1 millihenry inductance value. If you choose as something like 200 millihenry or just more than that, large value maybe. So apply and okay. Okay. So load portion is clear here. You maybe name as this one RL. Okay. So maybe RL branch. Okay. Now just connect the diode here. Just try to full screen. Yeah. Now just rearrange the block and connect here. So This one is gyroscope, and this load is towards here, and this one is here. So diode 1 and 3 is put in the upper leg. So if you control R, then you are able to rotate this block. Okay. So this one is your diode 1. Diode 1 is placed here, and diode 3 is drag to this point, and with control R, just rotate their position. Okay. So 1 and 3, and next is your 2 and 4. So just here drag and control R. So just rotate this one. And this diode is your 4 number diode. So just control and drag here. Okay. So with control and R, you are able to rotate the block. Okay. So this diode is your 4. Okay. So diode is your 4. Now just connect this diode this way. Okay. And connect from here to here, and from here to, and again from here to, yeah. So this is the connection of for the diode. And now just want to connect the source. So already mentioned that diode 1, diode 3, diode 2, and diode 4. Okay. So it's connected up to this point. So so you maybe move this block in upper part. Okay. This way. Just try to this one. Okay. And you just try to move this diode upward. This diode is also in upward, and this is suppose move to down, and this diode is also become some slightly down, so it is looking in better way. Okay. So now connect this source from here to this point. Next, this one is here to here. Now source is connected with rectifier. Okay. Now we just want to connect the load. Okay. So this load connected with RL first of all. So just try to connect this load with rectifier. So yeah. So load is already connected to the rectifier. Okay. Now if you want to measure the supply voltage waveform, so just you this block line to this point. Okay. Now just you drag this voltmeter up to this point. Okay. And control and R. Control and R. Okay. So just connect this voltmeter to this point and connected in parallel of the supply voltage. So we can measure the waveform of the supply voltage with this voltmeter. Okay. So another voltmeter required for the measurement of output voltage waveform. So just create another voltage from this voltage. Okay. Now this voltage just trace here across the diode. So control R. So we are able to rotate the block. Now this voltmeter connected across the output terminal. Okay. To here or this voltmeter is connected to here. Okay. Now you will be so just try to move this block. Yeah. So now it is okay. So now one max is used for these two voltmeter and just try to give the output of the max to the scope. Okay. So now just change the supply voltage parameters. Okay. So just double click on the supply voltage and put here peak amplitude. So what is the peak amplitude? Just tell me. What is the peak amplitude? That means V maximum. Peak amplitude is represented by V maximum. So V maximum is nothing but root 2 times of VRMS. Okay. So root 2 times of VRMS, that means RMS value is given here, or maybe choose an 230 volt. So root 2 into 230. Okay. So just put here the value of 230 into root 2 value is your 1.42. So 1.42 or 41, whatever you may call. And frequency rating is given to you 50 hertz. So just put here 50 hertz. Okay. Just apply. And so we set our AC voltage parameters here. Okay. Now we just use one max. That means again go to the Simulink library. Okay. So just on the Simulink library, just type here max and enter. Okay. So different type of max is available here. You will choose max. That means just to go to the sync. If you go to the sync, so not given here source. So different type of source is already available here. Step input, sine wave, and over a space. Okay. So now we can just find out max. That means multiple input to one output. Okay. Go to the step application and library measurement electrical source, and I find here max. No. So just try to set the max from this unique library. Okay. So again go to the measurement. Again here. So if you max right here in search, and again we are not able to find here. So okay, fine. So let's no problem. We just change the scope axis. Okay. Okay. So just here power guide is changed to continuous to discrete. So just double click on the power guide. Okay. Configuration parameters. So just change simulation type, that means continuous to discrete, and this one sample time by default value we take 50 microsecond. Okay, so apply and okay. So just cancel this one. Okay. Next, go to the simulation model configuration parameter. You check here either the right or not. So yeah, so this type is variable to fixed. Just try to take fixed, and this one is change solver, that means OD3 to OD4. Now it's apply and okay. Apply and now just how we can change the scope axis, number of axis. So just double click on the scope and just go to the parameters. Okay. Go to the parameters and number of axis is just put here value, that means 2, apply and okay. So 2 axis generate here, that means one for the input voltage variation, another for the output voltage. Okay. So now just connect this scope with this voltmeter and this voltmeter output. Okay. So maybe go to this one, connected to here, and the voltmeter output for the input voltage waveform variation is shown by this circle. Yeah. Okay. Now, if you put here, that means the running time is your 0.3. And now just run this model. Our model is already simulated here. So run this model. Yeah. So model is already compiled. Now you just double click on the scope. So you are able to visualize the input and output voltage waveform. Okay. So just go to the, and this one is you go to the auto scale. Okay. So this is your output, input voltage waveform, the sinusoidal. Okay. Input voltage, first axis, that means upper axis. So the value waveform of the supply voltage waveform. Okay. So this is the sinusoidal addition. Okay. And this one from 0 to 300 and something. Okay. This one is maximum value, that is represented by V max. Okay. So V max for the supply voltage. So what is the value of V max from this point 0 to this one? I can observe up to this point is 300. Okay. So slightly more than 300 It goes to the waveform slightly upper of the 300. Is it not? So you just find the maximum voltage value. Maximum voltage value means V maximum equal to root 2 into VRMS. Okay. So 230 into root 2. That means 1.42 into 230. Is not? So this value is equal to how much? If you multiply by 230 into 1.42, 1.42. So it is almost equal to more than 300. So just what is the exact value? So just multiply 230 into 1.42. Is not 326. Okay. So 326. That means this value is your from here to here is your 326 volt. Okay, maximum voltage. Similarly, this one is your output voltage waveform. That means the axis, second axis waveform is your output voltage waveform. Okay, so this one is your for full wave. Okay, that is again what is the time period here for the 1 by pi? After the 1 by pi, this waveform is repeated after certain interval that is equal to pi. Okay, so this is the output voltage waveform, and this one is your for input voltage waveform. You know, if you change the value of supply voltage RMS value, then your maximum voltage is also changing. Okay, maximum voltage of supply input voltage is also changing. Okay, so if you consider that the in voltage, so just if you want to change the input parameters, okay, that means suppose that if you consider 210 RMS voltage into 1.2, okay, so here what is the just change the value of 230. So just if you want to change the RMS voltage, that means suppose that 210, okay, so 210 into root 2, that means 1.42. So if you multiply by 210 into 1.42, so what is the exact value? If you multiply by 210, it means 210 into 1.42. 1.42 is equal to 298. Okay, or you maybe simply just write here the value of 298.2. Okay, so just 298. Okay, so peak amplitude value for the RMS value of 210 volt is 298. So you just try to see their voltage waveform it changes or not. So this one is apply and okay. Okay. So again just run this program model. That means from here. So now just run the series scope. Yeah. So you may be observe that is almost equal to below the 300. Okay. So maximum value reduces from 326 to 298. Okay. So when you change the RMS value of the supply voltage corresponding to your maximum value is also changing. Okay. Similarly, in the output voltage, you may be observed that the same things. That means whatever the output voltage or maximum value of the input supply voltage, that is similar to the output voltage. Okay. So you may be observed from this point. This is also maximum value is almost 298. Okay. 298. That means this one is your output voltage. Suppose that now if you want to measure the output current waveform. Okay, if you want to measure the output current waveform also, so output current waveform, you just connect the emitter here. That means to this point. So just put emitter here. Just put here. That means connect this emitter in series with the load. Okay, so just connect through the load, and the output of this emitter is connected in a scope. So one more axis required for the measurement of the current waveform. Okay, so just increase the number of axes here in scope. So again, just go to the scope and double click. Okay, and go to the setting, and again change the number of axes, means 2 to 3. So 2 to 3. Apply and okay. So you are able to increase the number of axes, that means from 2 to 3. Okay. So you are able to increase the number of axes. What if you want to 4 number of axes, 5 number of axes, according to your requirement, you can change from this setting point. Okay. So you can just change from this setting point according to your requirement number, how many number of voltmeter or ammeter connected in circuit. Okay. So just again, now just connect this emitter output to the scope. Okay. So just a scope. Okay. And now you just again run the model and try to see their waveform. Okay. So just so just run the program model, and just again double click on the scope. So just go to the auto scale. Yeah. So this is the variation of output current. If not, so if you take the large value of inductance, is for 200, 200, sorry, this one is for 200 resistance, inductance value. Okay, so this value is something this way. That means where your variation is your 0.3, resistance value is 10, and inductance value is 200. Okay, if you want to change more reactance value, then you can change the parameters of the inductance. Okay. Change the inductance parameters here. Okay. So you may be practice. This is more frequent you to practice in this simulation. So you may be able to design many different type of circuit. Okay, according to your requirement. Is it not? So you just practice. Otherwise, you are not able to move the block from this position to this position, and how we can change the parameters of the block, that means load or AC AC supply voltage. Okay. So just today we stop here. In the next class we will continue discussion from this point. Okay. So just stop here. Thank you.